Hello guys, this is Ray. In this video, you will learn how to create digital assets, okay? So the good thing about digital assets is you can create them with a little amount of money once you have the necessary skills, the required knowledge, and sell them for a bigger amount of money. Like we talked about, there are different types of digital skills, digital assets on the internet, and each and every one of these digital assets sells for several amounts of money, hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars, and so on and so forth, all around the world. So just like having landed property, a house, an apartment, and all that, some people have their assets digitally. And I prefer investing in digital assets because they are intangible. They have they can they hardly, have issues, you know, and I can just wake up any day and decide to sell this part of my asset or the other part of my asset. And believe you me, sometimes this asset could go way, 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 way high in price and in value and in demand compared to your landed property. Now, landed property are expensive to acquire and also expensive to develop. But on the flip side of it, digital assets are cheaper, way more cheaper. What you really need are skills. So today, I'll be showing you how to create a digital asset and specifically a Google AdSense account. Now, should in case you don't know about Google AdSense is a program, by Google that allows publishers or website owners to monetize or place adverts on their website and earn revenue, passive revenue from advertisements placed by Google. So Google pays several billions of dollars yearly to publishers all around the world. Okay. So because of this, the Google AdSense account has become a very pricey asset. Now, there are different levels to this account. There's what we call the Google AdSense approved account, and there's what we call the Google AdSense verified account, right? And then we have the one we call Google AdSense payment received account. I'm going to break this down so you understand. So after you finish setting up your site, okay, maybe on WordPress or you set up your site on Blogger, the free Google Blogger, then the next step is going to be to apply for the Google AdSense program. It's free, it's entirely free. Now, once you apply, Google will review your site to ensure that it meets their requirements, their guidelines, their compliance, and all. When those things are checked and you're good to go, Google will approve your website and tell you that your site is now ready to show ads. At that point in time, you have an asset that is worth 70 to 75,000 naira in the market. Okay. And it costs less than 10,000 naira to set up a site like that, which I'm going to show you in this video. Now, after the site has been approved, that's stage one, you can start generating money or revenue if you have traffic on your site. But you cannot withdraw that money until you do what we call verification. So verification is like telling Google is going to send a pin to your post office for you to insert on the account to verify that you're truly who you claim to be. So before you can request for verification, before you can start the verification process, your newly approved assets account must have up to $10. Then once you have up to $10, Google will unlock that part where you can request for PIN. And then when your PIN arrives at the post office and you pick it up and you insert it on your account and verify that you're truly who you claim to be, your account now becomes a verified account. Okay? At that point in time, that account is worth 200,000 250,000 and above. Okay. So then the third level is what we call a payment received account. So after you have verified your account and you start generating traffic to the site, and you start generating money, and your money gets to maybe $100, which is the threshold before you can be paid, right? And that $100 is paid to you, or maybe you get to $200 or $300, the money is paid to you, right? That account now has entered another level, another stage. At that point, that account is now called or known as a payment received account. So it's approved, it's verified, and it has received payment. So it's more stronger and way more better than the other ones, right? And at that point in time, the account is going to become way more pricey than the other two levels. So at that point in time, you can sell the account for 300,000, 350,000, 400,000, and above, depending on the number of the payment it has received. Okay. So apart from this, there are other levels to this account, this Google AdSense account. Now, but I don't want to get into that because this video is beyond, or those particular topic are beyond the scope of this video. But I'm just going to give you a glimpse. Now, apart from Google AdSense, there are other advertising platforms out there. And the same site you use in applying for Google AdSense and getting approval, you can also apply for those programs and have multiple monetization, you know, platforms or verification for that same site. That goes way down, increasing the value and the price of that digital asset, of that Google AdSense account. Okay. So that's going to be in another video. So for this video, we're going to go straight into the point to show you how to start developing, building your digital assets, growing them, selling them, and making good money from little amount of money. The investment, the capital are low. That's one thing I like about digital asset. So now you might want to put things in place that you need. The first thing you're going to need is a name, a domain name, the name you're going to use for your site. I'm trying to make sure that everything is clear as crystal for the sake of those that do not know anything about tech, anything about the internet, like in terms of, doing things on the internet and all that. So you need to have a domain name. A domain name is something like www.yoursite.com. For instance, here, www. This is 360.com.ng. So that's a domain name. Google.com, that's a domain name. Facebook.com, that's a domain name. So one good idea to use when coming out with a domain name is to come out with a name that resonates with what you're going to be doing on the site. Okay. So I had already come out with a name that I'm going to be using for this tutorial, for this guide, and it's in the fashion niche. Okay, fashion. So you can come out with name in the entertainment, fashion, finance, health, insurance, and so on and so forth. There are plenty niches you can dive into. So now this is going to be a fashion niche. So the first thing I want to do is to head to the site, a domain name registrar that I can use to check for name. And GoDaddy is one of the most popular domain registrars online. So now this is the domain I'm using, fashpal.com. So which I have searched for and it's available. Good one. So now Fash here is fashion and Pal here is like a pal. No, it's just like saying PayPal, but this is Fashpal, which is for fashion. So this is going to be a fashion site, a fashion blog. Okay. It's going to be talking about fashion basically and all around. So now, but I'm not going to be buying this domain here on GoDaddy because GoDaddy will require me to use a foreign card or something like that. And if I'm trying to use my Nigerian card, I think I'm going to exceed the limit due to the CBN, whatever. So, and one site that I have discovered and I use all the time to purchase my domain is what I'm going to show to you today. And their price are actually cheaper. Okay. So now domains are selling for around 10,000, 9,000, 10,000 a domain. That's a .com domain. But this platform has been able to, sell these domains for about 5,600 thereabout. So we're going to be using them, and the name of this site is domainhosting.com.ng. Domainhosting.com.ng. So we're going to proceed there and search for our domain name there and make our purchase there. So while it's loading, we are going to decide whether we're using WordPress, the WordPress content management system, to host our site, or we're going to use Google Blogger, right? So now I'm going to explain the two differences. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to try to be proceeding, logging into the account and all that. So here we go. I'm going to log into my domainhosting.com.ng account. I have quite a lot of domains here that I've purchased with them. So you can see on this account there are 13 domains here. So now I'm going to proceed to register a new domain. So I'm going to insert this here, fashpower.com. I click register. So now it's trying to search for the availability status of the domain. So congratulations, fashpower.com is available. So you see 5,600, and so approximately is 5,700. Okay, so I'm going to click the add to cart here, then checkout. So now it's talking about name servers here. So these are name servers. Depending on where I want to host the site, I need to provide the name servers. So now I can buy the domain here and host this site on Namecheap. I can buy the domain here and host this site on SiteGround, on different other hosting, platform. I can buy the domain here and host this site on Google Blogger, free Google Blogger. So right now, since we've not decided where we are hosting it, I'm going to allow these name servers to remain like this. Much later, when we decide, we can always change the name servers. Okay. So I'll click continue. Then it's here. So I'll click the checkout here. Now it's time for payment. So I'm going to be using my Kuda card to pay. So there's this beautiful thing that Kuda does that I'm so much in love with. They give you a virtual Naira card. You don't need to have the physical card. If you want, you can request, but you can use it to make payments. And it's beautiful. The good thing about it is that I don't have money in there. I only transfer money in there when I want to do a transaction online and exactly the amount. And I do transaction and finish, and the account is just there empty. So it's more like a PayPal. It's makes I use it for online transactions and all that. Then while keeping my main account, my main bank account safe. So now I'm going to proceed to complete the payment. Complete order. So here my details are already here. Then domain registration information, I'm still using the same details. So just click on I have agreed to the terms, then use this click complete order. So another beautiful thing about this platform is that you can also use USSD to make payment. Okay, so USSD here, I can use this without providing. They will give me a code. If I select my bank, for instance, Zenith Bank, they'll give me a code that will dial on my phone, and automatically the transaction will be completed. So I use this all the time. That's the reason why you see it showing here among the list. So I can also use card. So I intend to use card here. So which I want to use my Kuda card. So I'm going to proceed. Okay, so say remember this card next time. You can always do that or not. Then I click pay. Merchant cannot accept international payment at this time. Please contact support. Okay, so we are going to switch to the USSD. Okay, guys, so we're going to be using the USSD. It's much more safer and better too. So I'm going to select Zenith Bank here, then I'll click pay. So what it will do at this point is that it will give me a short code to use and complete this transaction. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, so I'm going to dial this code on my phone where my bank, the phone number that my bank is connected to. So I'm doing that now. So 5788 hash. So I dial that. So oh, I'm being told invalid USSD. How could that be? Let me copy it and be sure I'm typing the right thing. Which bank did I choose? Zenith Bank. Okay, so star 966 star 000 star 5788 hash. It's the same thing. So maybe the USSD platform is down. Still telling me invalid code. Okay, so we click go back and we see if we can choose another option. So let's try the new code here. I don't know where the problem is coming from. If it's from star 966 star 000 star 6398 hash. Still saying an invalid ID was entered. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I refresh that page. I want to see if I can use another option. Selected bank. I don't know why the USSD is not working. Something I've been using. Probably from the bank. I've never used this before. Say pay with Mono. Let me say Zenith. There's no Zenith Bank here. Okay, so let's switch back to USSD and see Zenith. So another code is given here: star 966 star triple zero star 7144 hash. Easy banking, invalid USSD code. Please try again with the correct. Why does it keep saying invalid USSD code? Okay, so let's try transfer. So usually this doesn't take time like this. I've never experienced this before. It's always pretty straightforward. I click there, I select USSD, and the code is given to me. I dial and I make payment. So let me try transfer. Okay, said I should transfer to this account. So I'm doing that now. So it's a Wema Bank account. So the account number is 8959252914. Verifying beneficiary. So 080, I made a mistake in the account details. 89. Okay, so domain registry FLW, that's what I'm seeing here. So the amount here is 5,699 naira. Then transaction description fashpal.com. Continue, and payment successful. So now I have made the payment. Then I'm going to click here. I have made this bank transfer. So basically, I haven't used this before. Let's just hope it goes through successfully without issues. Successful. This is awesome. So thank you for your payment. Transaction was completed successfully. Okay. So finally, we've been able to pass this stage. So we've been able to secure our domain, fashpower.com. Thank you for your order. You will receive confirmation email shortly. So continue to client area. So now the domain is showing 14. Okay. So there's now the domain fashpower.com available. I don't want to click here to open the domain so you could see the Fashpower because there are other domains there that I don't want to expose. So now that we've secured the domain, we need to decide on which platform we're using. So I'm going to explain the both. If we're going to use WordPress, that means we're going to need a hosting to host our WordPress. And we can easily get a cheaper hosting from Google Host at, let's say, 500 naira per month or even 300 naira per month. But you have to pay for maybe 6 months or a year, something like that. So let's say approximately 10,000 naira can get you a hosting, and that hosting can host more than one website. So remember, it's a digital asset you're creating, you're building, so you can buy more than one domain. You can buy 3 domains and set them all in the same hosting account. And this hosting will expire in a year. So that gives you ample time to create your digital assets, grow them, sell, and make your money. So, but if we were to use Google Blogger, which is free, you don't need to pay for hosting. After the payment for this domain, you're not going to pay for anything else. It's just straight to the point. Sign up, create a Gmail account because you're going to need a Gmail account for most of the thing we're going to do. Then sign up on Google Blogger, set up a site, upload a theme for the site, customize it, and your site is up and running. Publish content on it, then apply. So, and I think we're going to use that particular route, the Google Blogger part. So we're not going to pay for any host. So in the next video, I'm going to do that. So if you have any question, you can always ask, send an email or open the support ticket or, contact the phone number on the side. So that'll be all for now till our next video. I expect to see you in the next video. Bye for now.